looks like a little connecting thing to the attic here, and there's a room on the other side of this attic.
What's up, explorers? The location we are exploring today is a very interesting and old abandoned house in southern Ontario. From what we could gather, this property was home to a family of 6, a mother, a father, 2 girls and 2 boys that lived in the house from the late 1960s up until early 2002. The peculiar thing about this is that the youngest child appeared to have vanished from any and all family records and photographs at a very young age. It was hard to find much on the history of this location and what happened to its inhabitants, but inside the house laid several clues and documents that helped tell this family's story. What at first started out as any other typical explorer quickly took a dark turn as we discovered more about the family and the various belongings they had left behind. Join us as we explore the house to find out more about the history of the location and the unique people who lived here.
Okay, so we've just made our way inside here. And it looks like this that we came in from would have been the mudroom. And you can see there's still some fly swatters hanging from some nails on the roof there. It's got a pretty hazardous board. And then there's a stairwell leading down into the basement, but we'll check that out later. Look, they had various tools, a little scraper. You can see the lathe and plaster design that would have made up most of the house. They don't make them like that anymore. Hopefully there's no asbestos though.
I don't think so.
Yeah, but usually what they do is they'd have these lathe and plaster strips on each side of the wall, and then they'd have
This house is too old
asbestos.
for that, honestly. This house must have been built in the late 1800s.
Yeah, this place must have been abandoned for at least like 20 years.
Or probably closer to 30.
Like, look at all the decay. And just like from the tools that they have too, like these aren't like
Shell.
shell.
Interesting.
Oh, I think that's a nightlight.
Oh, it's a nightlight. Yeah, you're right.
That's interesting. Yeah. Looks like some sort of fire, maybe a little bit of soot. And you said that you thought this was like a telegram, Jay?
I think that's what it is. Although there's a lot of those, like, looks like transistor coils around the house, so maybe it's something else. And there's a 12 gauge shotgun shell right there.
Yeah. Nice 12 gauge. Very interesting. And they got these religious newspaper articles all over the place. January 10th, 1985.
Wow, no kidding.
So this place very well could have been abandoned in 1985. May 10th. Oh, I think this is a collection, Jake, of some sort of Christian newspaper. The Christian Beacon, because this is May 20th, 1982.
Is that what it is, the Christian Beacon?
Yeah, a 1980s Christian newspaper. Let me see. They got so much different stuff. What the? Presbyterians and pornography?
Seriously?
Yeah. The comet is coming to color our skies. Looks like this wall here. This wall would be where they'd hang some tools. You can see some scotch tape on the wall. A couple other little things, some screwdrivers wedged into the cracks there. So this probably just would have been like a storage, and you see like under the stairs they had shelves. Let's move into this room here with Jake. Shelves still stocked with stuff.
Did you see the cleaner? Like,
What is that, like
here?
paint? Oh, yeah. Yeah, look at that.
Wow.
Oh, okay, I shouldn't have touched that.
The rust.
You see the rust stains?
Oh, man.
Damn.
Oh, this is Polaroid film.
Dan.
This is classic Polaroid film.
High definition Polaroid.
Clearer, sharper pictures.
So they definitely were into like photography. These are like glass window panes, so if they like broke a window pane, they'd have extras and they stored them up there. It's like an old looking milk jug. Look at these work boots. Steel toes. You can see they're like leather. This little kitchen with the mom's baking and washing tools still hanging above the sink, where the sink isn't even hanging anymore.
This whole thing is hanging by a thread. This thing is all held up by that little string up there.
Oh
Little
yeah.
wire.
Yeah. This is old school. They would have had these pipes that would have heated
Yeah.
the whole house.
Old school furnace.
As you can see, this is just completely come down.
Hey, Brian.
We better look into the kitchen. You can see the pantry still with lots of stuff. I'm trying to be careful where I touch because I'm not wearing gloves right now. They got a, oh god, they got a fridge too. This is like a makeshift bed here.
I think that's what it is. I think it's a
Like this looks like it's handcrafted. You can see like the wood along the beams and stuff.
drop-down bed almost in the
Yeah.
living room, which is odd.
Yeah, and then they have like shelving.
Though I don't know because the shelving is like in it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I wonder if they just slept underneath like their little shelves here and they put like their books.
It's a weird living room, that's for sure. I think that's in the Poconos.
Huh. That might be members of their organization.
Possibly. Probably the Christian family.
Yeah.
This is a very old photograph though.
There's so much here. New Handbook of the Heavens. So we're finding a lot of like space related stuff. Space and religion. And like they have like these scrapbooks or these scrapbook pages of like random stuff that they've made, like collages. The schoolboy killer.
Lots of
He
tapes.
fights to the death for $1,000. The next time it could be his death. Interesting. Preparing raccoon rabies. Old cassettes.
Lots of tapes.
Tape recording. What does it say? They have a listing of what they recorded. There's more in Mrs. Parks. There's Gordon and Miriam. So I guess he recorded his family when they were talking. Parks talking about U.S. Penske. Spensky. I don't know what that means. Maybe it's a person.
Worship?
The items Gordon had left behind were certainly interesting, but the more of his recordings that we sifted through, the more we could tell just how disturbed he really was.
And there's the Mayfair logo right there, along with a bunch of cassettes. They all have ratings. They're all well documented. Found along Highway 3 or 56, May 20th, 1996, Monday. That sounds like the name of like a serial killer tape. Minstone mouse stuck on sticky pad, June 17th, 1998. Into what looks like the porch here. See, we got like a screen door. Some signs. Looks like a golf club bag.
Watch yourself.
These would be sock dryers. See, it's in the shape of a sock.
Oh, yeah.
They'd wrap their sock in there and then hang the socks out to dry.
Huh.
Very old school. Now let's have a look at this scrapbook that Jake was talking about. It's like postcards from Nigeria.
This is like a girl's scrapbook.
Yeah. Yeah, various pictures of like the same guy. I wonder.
Probably your boyfriend.
Age 18. Oh no, this is Gordon. This is one of the people that lived here. This is a photo of them.
Oh, there's a later on in the book you'll see a high school graduate photo of a woman. So I figured it was girls.
Maybe this is the family. Yeah, I think this is the family. My birthday card. There's some biblical photos.
Very religious.
These are photos of the family. Some cars, some hot rods. Some more of this. Margaret Johnson. Is she like a news telecaster or something back in the day? Her name sounds familiar. I don't know exactly who it is.
Really? Because there's news things in here.
Really?
Yeah, look. WGR
Oh yeah.
TV.
Oh, so maybe this girl is like who he kind of like likes.
Yeah.
Cause look, this is a note from one of them, from Sheila.
Keep flipping, because this sheet right here is from the news.
Sheila
station.
Murphy. She said, "Thanks for your." It's really hard to read, but
Oh.
essentially, I guess he wrote to one of these people, and they wrote back to him.
Yeah,
Which is kind of cool. I'm sorry, what did you say this is?
that letter right there. The
Oh,
global.
thank you for your kind letter. Kindest regards, Mary Stewart. So
global
this is
television.
another.
Look at the date.
When is the date? Oh, 1976.
Yeah.
Global Television Network too. So he's writing to these like
Global TV.
yeah, these news anchors, and they're writing back to him. Mary Stewart. Yeah, these are photos of her that he's kept, and this is like her response.
I love that logo.
Yeah.
The Global Television Network.
There's another photo of
Oh,
her
look at that.
autographed.
Oh, look at that.
That's so cool.
Let me see this. Oh,
Yeah, be careful.
God.
Oh, Jake, look, it's Disneyland. Is that?
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
looks like what's it called? Town
Yeah,
Center.
that's
or whatever?
Main Street.
Or Main Street.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, that's from
It
the
all
70s.
comes together.
It-
The Disney man.
It all comes together.
Everything is Disney. Damn.
Sheila
Look at the rest of this room. They turned this porch
Brennan.
into essentially a bedroom.
Look how creepy this picture is. Are you ready for this? It's a picture of a news anchor, but it looks like something out of Poltergeist. That is
Oh,
frightening.
jeez. That's cool. Though.
That is really. It's a cool picture, actually.
That's when you take a. That's what happens when you take a photo of.
Of a television,
Bulb, yeah,
yeah.
bulb television.
Well, especially with this camera, because
Yeah.
it couldn't expose the.
Yeah.
Boy, that's weird.
The foreground.
He really, really, really liked TV news anchors.
It's a meet and greet for a nice swimmer. So he's.
We should put ours in a newspaper.
Here's more photos. Society and personals. And that might be like a family photo or something. Damn, look at they draped up these curtains to divide the room up. I wonder if this was like a boarding house or what, because
It must be.
there's like so many different beds. Like these would have been twin beds right here. You can see the headboards. Their little light bulb. Yeah. Look at these shelves of projector reels or like film reels. Look at this 9mm film. And realistic. Jake, can you tell us a little bit about realistic film?
Realistic was. It's really interesting to see it in Canada because it didn't last very long in Canada. But Radio Shack owned. They made their own private label for computers, like actual radios, tapes like this, on a brand called Realistic, and that was their logo, and that was owned by Radio Shack. But of course, they left in 2003, and I think Realistic was discontinued by the company far earlier than that.
Shelves and shelves of this 9mm. Different brands. Each with its own recording bit. So this guy was really into making film. And here's another one of his collages, except these are all of like dead animals. And I might have to blur out that one that's like a hanging raccoon that I guess he hung up. That's kind of twisted. So I guess now we're seeing a bit of a darker side of Gordon. Jeez, that makes sense with some of the other tapes we found in the room. Like there was one labeled "mouse stuck in sticky pad."
Really?
Yeah, like he recorded a mouse stuck in sticky pad.
Wait, that's creepy.
Recorded totally but no sound on track 2 to 3. Wonder what that. Now I want to see what some of these recordings were.
I know. I don't even know how to go about getting a tape player that would play those.
Yeah, there's so much footage here.
Take a look at this. Video games. Here's your complete illustrated guide to the video game phenomenon that is sweeping the country.
Is that like the Commodore?
I think so, yeah.
Is that like, each room is like has so much stuff. We have more pictures of the family. I don't know if I'll be able to get to all this, guys. And something, I don't even know. Kemp's, so this would have been a clock. Oh yeah, look, you can see the hands on the left-hand side here. That would have been a clock. Oh my god.
What the hell?
That just scared the crap out of me.
What was that?
That was the clock. As soon as I put it back, I guess it was wound up. And it just like sprung back and sounded like a machine gun. They've got all these different instruments and just very neat odds and ends and bits and bobs. This old headset for listening to cassettes. Different kinds of bulbs. That's very interesting. And a piano with some sheet music. Look on that wall beside you, Jake. It looks like they had certificates or something. Look at all the, you can see all the outlines of like stuff they had hung up on the walls.
Yeah, they're all tape. See the ironing board too?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, this, I gotta be careful where I step here. This room is like a death trap. Okay, now these two back rooms, this is the room we just explored right there. And now we have, this looks like a washroom, the only washroom we've seen in the house so far. Door's blocked, it's a little bit congested. There's a bathtub and you can see the roof is fallen in. This is interesting because this dresser would have been sitting up against the sink there, it looks like. So this message would have actually been covered. It says this toilet may be used flush with. It doesn't say anything else. There's no care. And there's the toilet. Little shelves. And this is what looks like would have been the master bedroom. Photo there that says all about mothers in the top left. And then some Bible passages. Looks like a photo of the family that lived here. And then a certificate from the Bible Institute of Chicago. And another Bible verse. And then this iron bed here. With lots of various stuff on it. Some more Dean Martin. And the vanity that just fell over, I'm guessing, due to time. Because there hasn't been much graffiti or vandalism here. It all just seems natural decay.
Surprisingly enough, Gordon's documents weren't the most disturbing find of this explorer. As we headed upstairs, we made a shocking discovery that suggested a lot more was going on in this Christian family's home than meets the eye.
Looks like a little connecting thing to the attic here. Oh my. I think that's like there's a room on the other side of this attic. Okay, we gotta check that out. He saw a raccoon in this area, so I gotta be careful. Let's get to it. I'm gonna try and stay on these supports because I don't know how stable this is. Okay, I definitely hear something moving over there. But I'm gonna try and make it to the secret room for you guys. Look, there's like a little model airplane up here. Okay. That's a lot of feces. What the heck? This is a bedroom. I don't know if you guys can see, but this is like a cot. And there's like a dresser there. So I don't know if somebody would have lived in here or I'm so confused right now. Yeah, look, you can see there's the cot. Little the clothes area there where you put your little belongings. Lots of spiders. Damn. I swear, if they put somebody in here, this is just messed up. What the? There's a painted Barbie. Some choice locations. And it looks like more of that tortured animal photography. This is starting to get weird, Jake.
It's some choice locations.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, that's pretty goddamn weird.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. This would have been like a vinyl player here, and then a TV set. That's like 70s right there.
Very 70s.
With like the floral pattern. And this whole room is just pink. And this would have been a tiny bed. This is like half of a twin homemade bed here. How many people lived here?
Than the girls section, I think, because it's all pink.
Yeah.
That's what I think. The boys were downstairs and the girls were upstairs.
Yeah, everything was pink with like floral pattern. And look at this room. They had like a globe. And some more film reels. Binoculars. Maybe the whole family was into film, I don't know. It's a dresser here. That one's shut. Lots of little cassettes. Avery, Walking, I don't know. Various different labels. This is interesting here. See the old little lamp? Like a speaker or like a light or something? Because it looks almost like a speaker built into the wall here. And we'll start with the right hand room. And look at this. This room is like, I mean, it's pretty untouched. It looks like people have been through it, but look at the vanity, that old bulb television, the bed here. And it looks like they didn't have closet space, so they just hung their clothes from the roof. And this vintage dress right here. 2 vintage dresses. Jeez. things about fashion. Look at this television. And even the old suitcase right beside it. Oh, headless Barbie.
Even after editing this video, I don't think I'll ever quite fully understand what actually went on in this house. Things like the number of beds really threw me off, as it suggested that a lot more people than documented actually lived there. If you guys had any theories on what went on here, I would love to hear your ideas in the comments section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. That was our abandoned strange house video. If you guys did enjoy the video, please, as always, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, share the video with your friends, guys. Let's get the word out there. We have plenty of other great videos that you can check out on our channel. Be sure to hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on our next explore. Also, links to our social media will be in the description below, so be sure to follow us on there so you can stay up to date. Let us know in the comments section where you want us to explore next. And as always, guys, we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.